Hey everyone, welcome to one of the first English reviews of the Kymco 180 KRV. Got the scooter right here, and I've had the scooter for about half a year now. I have driven around just over 15,000 kilometers with this Kymco KRV, and let me tell you, if you are in the market for a scooter that is not a maxi scooter quite yet, but if you think that those 150 125cc scooters are just a little bit too small for you, but you don't want to go with a, well, here in Taiwan they call it yellow license plate scooters, anything above 250cc, then this Kymco KRV 180 might be the perfect choice for you. So let's take a look at the controls first. And I've got some wild dogs here joining this review. Oh god, there's quite a lot of them too. Hey little buddy, I don't have anything for you right now. So, controls. We got the rear brake here, right? We got an automatic scooter transmission on the scooter, of course. We got the passing high beam. We got low beam, high beam, bottom here. We got the TCS, and make sure not to make the same mistake that I did, because when you see this green TCS light here in the control panel, so you have two control panels, you got some information here, like the ABS, TCS, and if you see this green light, well, that means that TCS is turned off, so you don't want to see the TCS lighting up, and that actually means that it's being turned on. Then we got the left turn signal and right turn signal here, and of course we got the horn here, which I'm not gonna use right now because we have a lot of wild dogs here and I don't want to piss those off. On the right we got the starter, of course, and that's pretty much it. What we have here, and here the control panel. It's a very nice big control panel, and it's bright enough for most days. Could be a little brighter, and it's very basic too. I mean, you have a trip, so it shows you how many kilometers you've gone on one trip. Then it basically tells you when your oil change is due. So I've done 15 kilometers here. After 1,000 kilometers with the scooter, you will need an oil change and total kilometers. Unfortunately, nothing advanced here, no consumption level. Shows you the battery voltage or what time it is. You can change that in the settings. What is great about the scooter though, besides that it has of course TCS and dual channel Bosch ABS, is I think one of the best scooters if you are looking to buy something that can haul a lot of stuff. So if you own a lot of things, if you like me maybe go hiking or camping or go grocery shopping, this scooter is great. Here for example, in the front panel you can see in Taiwan we have those 2.2 liter water bottles. They are pretty big, much bigger than what we have in Europe with 1.5, and you can fit one of them here just fine, and you still have space for your phone, or I got a sponge here right now, and even like a Red Bull can would still fit here. So space wise we have a lot in this glove department over here. Also got two USB ports. One is fast charging, quick charge 3.0, so that's really great, so you can recharge your devices. Also, this is just what makes this scooter so great, is that it has a low floorboard. So here I would say a 40-liter backpack can fit here nicely, and that's something that most maxi scooters except maybe the Kymco G-Dink just cannot do. So pack wise the scooter is just great. Got daylight LED in the front, and as you can see I modified the scooter a little bit. We can talk about the modifications later, and also has an emergency turn signal, so you can use this to get people's attention. Well, this is very handy in Taiwan because people like to stop or park their vehicles anywhere, and if you turn on your emergency turn signal, that basically gives you a free pass with the police. I'm gonna stay here for a little bit, maybe going grocery shopping real quick in the no stopping zone, and they seem to not care as long as you turn these on. On the back we got a single rear suspension, so this is a very nice design. We got here, it's belt driven scooter. So they just released a chain driven version, which is also quite cool, but I've got the belt one, and that's nice. The rear suspension, it's okay, pretty hard honestly, sporty I guess, great for going fast. So this scooter can go up to, if I'm alone on here without the top case, I would say around 125 this one can easily do. So that's where the hard suspension is very useful. You don't want to have a soft suspension where you go very quickly, but would be nice if at least preload settings could be changed, because this scooter has enough space for 2 people. So we have the footrest here for the passenger, which seems to be stuck. No, it's not, and that's pretty good too, so no problems here. And yeah, it's a pretty fine scooter. People say it's overpriced a little bit maybe, but if you're like me and you're looking almost to buy a maxi scooter, but you really want that low floorboard, then this one is really a great choice. Also, I got a top case here. This is a 36-liter top case, which is great. So you can get one of these and then you can bring even more stuff. And if we open our scooter, we see, I think this is also around 32 liters. Don't quote me on that, but it's enough for pretty big jet helmet. Fits in here nicely. Full face helmet will not fit, unfortunately. Here we got the air filter, so this needs to be changed every 5,000 kilometers. And we got a nice LED light here. And I have gotten a couple of modifications on the scooter, and maybe we can go into those in a little bit. So modification wise, I got installed a front and rear camera system. So this is continuously recording 2 hours of video footage in the front and in the back, and if you need to access it, it's right here. It's a little control panel with an SD card. It's nice to have, definitely recommend it in Taiwan, so you're always on the safe side if something happens. Costs around $200 US to buy this and get this installed. The second modification that I got in the scooter is something I just recently got, a front case. So no, not everyone is into these front cases. Also makes it more difficult to see this panel here, but honestly you don't really need to see this. I mean, this basically also just tells you if you're using your high beam or not, so not really necessary to see this at all times as long as you can see this panel. But the front case is nice because you can bring additional goodies, right? So actually when you go out and you have your backpack here, it gets more difficult to access this here. Maybe you can put a small bottle, fits here nicely. I have masks here, tissues and some chewing gum, but whatever you want, you can put it over here. If you are into these kind of things, they attach, this front case attaches here where you have your rear mirrors, side mirrors. Costs around 2,000 NTDs to get this installed with the front case. Something you definitely want to get is a phone holder, and this one is a fairly cheap one, but it has lasted me a while now. This costs around 300 NTD. In euros, that would be 10 euros to get this installed, around 10 US dollars, euro, pretty much the same. So these are things that I have here. And lastly, we have a top case installed, 36 liters. So very handy, because you can bring rain clothes, additional clothes. Smaller jet helmet will fit here. You can also get larger top cases, and this can be locked, and then no one is gonna steal your stuff, but honestly not really a concern in Taiwan. So this is great stuff. You can also get your tent up here. If you buy one of these nets, you can attach additional stuff on your top case. So space-wise, carrying capability, it really is like a small Sherpa, because this scooter I think is one of those scooters that can carry a lot of things. You have 180cc, you can put a giant water bottle here, you can put a big backpack here, and even get a top case installed. And then you still have those sidebars, so you could get side cases installed, and then, I mean, nothing's gonna stop you. You can basically move more things than you could carry. So that's great. These are additional items you can get. You can also get the rear suspension changed. Honestly, I was looking into that. It's not really worth it. That would cost at least €1,000 to get something decent. Then might as well just get the KRV Öhlins edition right out of the box. Front suspension is a little bit soft compared to the hard rear suspension, but also gets the job done. So what are the things that I might not like about the scooter? So all in all, this is a very great scooter for what it is. Almost maxi scooter, but not quite yet. So what are things that I don't like? What are things where there's maybe some improvement necessary? Well, one thing definitely would be the rear suspension. Having the opportunity to maybe adjust the preload would be great. So that's something where Kymco could maybe double down, but I understand that's probably something a little bit expensive. Also, you will notice with the belt version, there's a little bit of vibration going on when you start your scooter, when you just accelerate. Nothing major, but it is there. The display, it's a fine display, but the new chain version of the KRV actually has a nicer black display. You see this one is a little bit greenish, so a higher contrast ratio on the new display there. Would also have been nice to have a engine kill switch here. This is missing because this scooter is basically mostly for the Asian market, and the engine kill switch is, I think, only required by law in the North American market. And since they don't sell the KRV there, they just let that out. Front suspension a little bit soft, and not the roomiest of storage spaces under the seat, all things considered. But yeah, consumption wise, you can definitely make about, I would say, I can easily do 45 kilometers on the scooter per liter, and it holds 7 liters, so you can go at least 250 kilometers easily. It's really great, so that gives you a lot of reach. It's really eco-friendly and friendly on your pocket especially, so that's great. Yeah, I think this is a great scooter, all things considered. I would buy it again. There's not many maxi scooters that can carry as many things as this one, just given that this has a low floorboard. And I recommend the KRV. Definitely sexy design in my opinion. I don't like those slim looking or insect-like looking scooters. So if you are into a scooter that looks a little bit more maxi but not quite, then the Kymco KRV might be the perfect pick for you. And last but not least, I also have a shield, windshield installed here. This is also an aftermarket upgrade. Maybe something that Kymco could also look into next time. So yeah, that's it. If you've got any questions, feel free. to ask, and let's see if I have some footage where I'm actually driving the thing. I'll edit this into the video and then you get an idea. It's really a very sporty scooter. I have taken this off-road. I mean, here I'm in a very sandy beach. The TCS works really well in these situations. Tires, I'm gonna get new ones. I'm gonna go with the Heidenau K66, but they're taking forever to be shipped to Taiwan from Germany. So once I have those Heidenau K66 installed, I might make a follow-up video. Yeah, so I hope I helped somebody, because I couldn't really find much information on the scooter when I bought it, in regards to English information anyway. So I hope that maybe one or two people who are looking to buying a scooter might find this video useful. Great scooter overall. I would give it probably a 9 out of 10 for what it is. I mean, there's always room for improvement, but I like the thing. All LED lights, it's great. What else could you want from a scooter? So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just post them below and I'll be answering those. And now enjoy this beautiful sunset here in Tainan, Anping Beach, and look at those wild dogs. Oh, I'm surrounded by wild dogs.